Because as far as I'm concerned, they're all sitting in my house, the house that I built. And it seemed like it's tumbling down.
It when she keeps on talking about them being starless. We need to ask Nene, what does starless mean to her? Cynthia Beatty, starless. Phaedra, starless. Portia, in between. Kenya, in between. Kenzie, starless. Everybody, starless. Like, Nene, Nene, Nene. Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Sami Sampi, and today we're going to talk about the famous interview between Nene Leakes and Carlos King right now. So I'm not going to make you wait any longer and let you know how I feel about that interview. I thought that interview was epic. Linitia Leaks was missed. A comfortability with Carlos King. Those two have history together. I spent the best 3 hours of my life just listening to Linitia Leaks being herself, and it was well spent. Disclaimer, I'm not recapping everything. I would advise you to go and watch the interviews by yourself. I'm going to drop the links below. I will, though, give you my opinion on the main topics that were discussed, and you can let me know what you think in the comments. Mr. Carlos King is going to ask the right question. Interviewer, you need to study this man. He is messy, shady, and he asks the right question, and I am thankful to him for that. If one day I am in a position where I have to go and be in his shoe, where I have to interview people, I definitely will be studying Mr. Carlos King. Because wow, one of my favorite thing that he did is when he told these two Nene here.
A lot of people have said one of your famous lines is close your legs to marry men.
Yes.
And people said you ended up opening your legs up to one.
I was dating a man who was legally married, going through a divorce.
Woo, 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 woo. I think that Nene was being an hypocrite here. Yanni is married. Well, he was married. You met him as a married man. He was separated, but he was still married. And even in the explanation, she's saying,
Yes, I said close your legs to married men. When I met Yanni, he was a separated man. That's exactly what he told me. Now, I don't know what he told his wife.
wife. You're telling on yourself, Miss Nene Leaks, you were an hypocrite. You just wanted what you wanted. You chose to believe him. He could have gone the other way. Yes, now he is divorced, he is single, but how long has it been though? Like, y'all been together for a solid 2 years at least? I'm gonna have to go back and check. But I know it's been over a year in a relationship with a man that was separated. He could have gone the other way. I don't even want to say she got lucky, but it's easy to come and sit down and tell us, yes, he was separated and he's divorced. But you're saying he's separated, but then his wife is saying things. You still say his wife, because there's no term for a married couple that's separated. They're still married. So, first, I really enjoyed listening to Nene talk about why she believes that the house she built went and crumbled down. It was really nice to get the background on how the show started, the sacrifices that she has to make, being paid $10,000 for the first season. And this is what you call sacrifice. These girls believed in themselves, believed in the show, and give it their all, and were not getting paid much for years. It means something, right? So maybe that's why sometimes Nene be a little harsh, because she considered the Real Housewife of Atlanta to be her baby. I understand, when you give your all into something and you really took it to like high level of success, I'd be pissed to not be part of it anymore. And then the new people that they bring in are destroying it single-handedly. When she said that she doesn't watch the show and that she really watched clips, I believed her at first, but then during part two, she said a lot of things, and I was like, did you learn all of that in the clips? One thing I loved about that interview was her honesty. She was really honest with a lot of things, especially when talking about the situation with her son, the addiction. As a mom, I'm sure it wasn't easy to talk about that. When she talked about the things that she regret doing, children growing up under the public eye because of the profession that she chose. Wow. She was ready to open up to Carlos. She really came to be real and her authentic self. And I'm thanking her for that because she didn't have to. I believe every single thing that she said when she talked about a relationship with her husband, him feeling emasculated at some point because they went from him being the breadwinner to her being the breadwinner. It's a change. It's a big change. And I'm sure that wasn't easy for her and neither for her husband because they were used to something that worked for him and it wasn't working anymore. When she talks about a relationship with Cynthia, I have tendency to believe her, but at the same time, I'm like, I want to see that 50 cent she's talking about. Because Cynthia has been able to fool us for a long time. If that's not who is she? I want to see that person. It's sad that their relationship didn't work out. I cannot 100% say that I believe everything that Nene is saying, but I do feel that she's probably sad about not being friends with Cynthia anymore. She really liked that girl. She also talked about a relationship with Wendy William on part two. And I mean, it was very interesting that they were even friends. I'm like, those are two big personalities to be friends. But apparently, Nene really liked her, but Wendy was being an hypocrite. Oh well. Nene got those girls shook it when she keeps on talking about them being starless. We need to ask Nene what does starless mean to her? Because if you're listening to Nene, none of them girls are a star. Cynthia Beatty starless, Phaedra starless, Portia in between, Kenya in between, Kenzie starless, everybody starless. Like, girl. Like, who is a star outside of you? I felt that she was the harshest on Kandi. Once again, this is where we see Nene being, delusional slash hypocrite. I would say mostly hypocrite. I don't even know if she's an hypocrite. I don't even know if there's a term for what Nene is serving us in that interview. She's saying this about Kenzie here.
I never ever understood why she had so much animosity towards me. But it felt like to me like Kandi held the biggest grudge against me. And all we had was petty little arguments.
And I'm like, girl, how can you say that you don't really have a big problem with Kenzie, but then you're gonna turn and say this here?
I think that Kandi is not exciting. I just don't think she's an exciting. I don't think the camera loves her.
I'm like, girl, like, give Kenzie a break. Give Kenzie a break. So I'm going to give you my opinion on Kenzie because I believe that I am my own authority and I can come and tell you all what I thought. I believe that Kenzie is a star. I do. Kenzie is not a big personality. She is not Nene. She doesn't have the lines like Phaedra. She's not funny like Portia, but what she brought to the Real Housewives of Atlanta is a storyline. Actually, she didn't just bring one storyline, she brought several storylines over the year. From her being single, looking to be in a relationship, meeting Todd, showing us their wedding, giving birth to her children, going through IVF, having issues with her mom having issue with Todd. That girl gave us a lot. Even, the issues with Riley's father. She wrote several storylines to Real Housewives of Atlanta that participated in the success, and it is undeniable. It doesn't matter if she is starless when she has been able to bring a solid, believable, real storyline. Like, she's been real. You know what I mean? And I don't care. You know what I mean? I feel that it don't matter. Nene gives me a little childish sometimes. I love Nene. I am a big Nene fan, but what I'm saying is that in real life, does it matter that Kandi is, in a word, starless? Kandi is super successful entrepreneur. She's been able to make the very best of the opportunity that we're giving to her. And that led us to talk about why I think that Nene is not really with Willas of Atlanta anymore. She had a lot to say here.
You have girls on other franchises pulling each other's hair. They say, well, you left the reunion. Well, what reunion have you seen that a housewife didn't get up and walk off the show? These girls have done way worse than I could ever have done. And pushed the cameraman, well, so he was in the way.
So I do agree with a lot of things that Nene said. I think that there's a little level of delusion in the things that Nene is saying. She's not being honest. I think that yes, some lady left, some lady probably left and they came back. You locked out because I think that time when she left, it was like the reunion was during COVID, so I think they were like on the computer on Zoom, and she didn't come back, and that means something, right? And listen, okay, she left, she didn't come back. Here's the thing, Nini. You probably burnt a lot of bridges with producer, with NZ, and with other people. And that's probably the reason why they wanted to phase you out. You know what I mean? And yeah, you probably didn't do worse things than the other ladies. Yeah, there's definitely probably was some favoritism when it comes to Kim Zolciak and other things, but the truth is that Nini probably was not strategic enough, probably was not smart when it comes to handling professional life because at the end of the day, it is work. And I think that that's what was the cause of her demise. I think that Nini at some point might have been a little bit difficult to work with, you know? And yeah, maybe Teresa has been doing certain things, but you don't know what she's doing in the background to make sure that she stays in a good relationship with Nancy and with the other people. You know what I mean? Like some people know what button to push, and I think that Nini didn't know. I think that she still does not know, and I think that she probably doesn't have the right people on her side to help her see that and to help her navigate corporate America. Because I think that's what is going on. I think that Nini, she was not working before. Maybe she doesn't have those experience than some of those ladies have. And it doesn't mean that they were not any favorite. I do believe in 100% a lot of the things that she said, but I also believed that she probably participated in why a relationship is so bad now. The whole thing about what would you tell Andy if you see him, that was fake. I think that Nini wants to be back. I think that Nini, wants to be back. I think she wants to work. I think that she wants to make the moolah. I think that she still has a lot to give. I mean, she's so fun without trying. She is a jewel. She is a legend. I want to see Nini in reality TV. Like if they were to say that Nini is coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, I would be watching live to see this. I would, but it's kind of sad because I don't think she's realizing that she just probably burnt a lot of bridges. That's what my opinion is on this. Feel free to let me know what you think. I think that Nini is very smart. I love what she said about Kenya Moore probably being bored with the ladies. Her honesty when talking about people like Claudia Jordan and saying that Claudia Jordan gave her hair and that they should have given her a peach. I thought that was funny because I know Claudia Jordan always try to insult Nini because she knows how to hold a grudge. But yeah, I love the honesty, that Nini had. That interview was excellent. And I hope to see Nini in front of my TV very, very soon. I hope that in the best of world, I hope that she's able to make it work with Andy and that she can be back to with Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you ask me what I would want to see, listen, what I would want is season 8 Real Housewives of Atlanta. I want all those people that were in there, I want them back. I'm talking about I want Phaedra, Kenzie, Portia, Nini, Cynthia Bailey, Kim Zolciak. I want all those people back, and I want a discussion about the whole dungeon thing. I want Phaedra and Kenzie to have a discussion. That's what I want to see, honestly. In the best of world, that's what I want to see. But if they're not able to make it work, I'd rather they have a reboot because, as Nini said here,
I'm concerned, they're all sitting in my house, the house that I built. And it has seemed like it's tumbling down.
the house is crumbling down. So yeah, y'all, that was it. Let me all know in the comment what you thought about this whole interview. I cannot wait to hear from you and talk to you and let me all know what you thought about what I said. And for those of you that are new here, hey, welcome. And I invite you to, and for those of you that have been here with me, supporting me, thank you all so much. And I will see you all soon. Bye bye.